Hey, what is up, Pokemon fans, PCBL spectators, and coaches? It is your PCBL commentator and analyst, all anal team. Okay, for real. This is your boy Blake Trout, and I'm here to give you your weekly review, which really is just me going over a summary of each battle that's happened so far. Well, the ones that I didn't put extreme hyper focus on. And that's it. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to go into extreme detail. Just talk about how I felt about every game that I watched and as it goes on in the background, as you can see. That's how it's going to probably be for the next 12 weeks. I might spice it up a little bit. Maybe I'll probably just do nothing but make jokes and start roasting people's teams. I mean, shoot, we got our first battle of the week right here, you know? So, thank you for your watching. Thank you for your patience. And let's get started. Alright, so for battle number 1, Froski versus Kenneth. Honestly, for a battle like this, I'm always sort of feeling apprehensive about it with Kenneth. Sometimes gameplay styles can be very simplistic. But dear God, this team setup is amazing. I mean, go into complete detail, he actually made a lot of good plays go his way. And this game definitely went back and forth. Ursaluna literally put in some crazy work, and he put some risks in and worked in his favor. Although sadly, when he put the risks in, you may get screwed over at the end. And sadly, messing up by making the littlest wrong move plays, it happens. And the way that this game had to end, sadly it ends in a 3-0, but Kenneth gave his best and I'm really happy. Froski, on the other hand, definitely played us all for fooled by going for a literal baton pass Mamoswine. That's just insane. You're a crazy person, Froski. Get help! Otherwise, this game sadly had to end in a 2-0 loss, but a 2-0 win for Froski. And a great way to start off the season. Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. This game was extremely a tale of two trainers. You got Purple Dolphin on one hand and Young Bisharp on the other. I mean, where do we even begin? Literally looking at Purple Dolphin, his gameplay and setup was complete perfection. He made a well-crafted game plan, set up what he needed to set up, made every single possible stop and turn. And I guess for Bisharp's sake, he over-prepared for things that weren't even involved. The planning seems kind of partially asked since he didn't have any form of hazard removal and basically got chipped away to absolute pure death at the hands of cringing Stall. And yes, I just noticed that Purple Dolphin also has a goddamn Volt Turn core. Now, not just a Volt Turn core, but he also has a goddamn Region core on top of this team. I mean, shoot, is there any way that he was actually going to win this? I don't know. It's kind of painful though. I mean, it really does just kind of end in a way that's just bad. I mean, look at his team. It was really, really good, and it just could not do squat against this team. This team is the epitome of Gen 7, and he two-pieced. He two-pieced this gosh darn team. Man, I really don't even want to watch it anymore. I mean, this literally goes in a crazy amount of... I'm not kidding. Like, it gets worse and worse, and it's just complete death all over. 4-0 victory for good old-fashioned Purple Dolphin. Sorry, Bisharp, but you took the L on this one. You blew it. Oh, look. A complete game that went for over 100-something turns. You think I'm kidding. Early on, it already looked like it was getting kind of spicy. But you know what really makes me mad, Pluto? Remember when you said that you weren't going to use Stall anymore like you did last season? Where I had to go Lax go boom on you to make you stop. You go and do this. I mean, for literally 109 turns. I wish I was kidding. No, wait a minute. I went too far ahead. Okay, so to make things better or worse, a continuous cycle. I wish I was kidding. A continuous cycle of just playing all this for a little bit of some new momentum. I mean, both teams look fire. I'm not going to lie. I like what I saw here. But the fact of just seeing the likes of freaking Pluto supporter. No, I'm just kidding. But the likes of freaking Meltan still sweeping people. Sweeping people. Melmetal, actually. That's not its name. But you get the point. Sure, I got names wrong. But all that matters is no crits and no cheese. Just kept killing everything and everybody in its path. Just insanity. Switches out, takes a hit, goes for what needs to be done, and eats it. 2% milk, gone! 6-0 of the season. Congratulations, Pluto. You got the reward. The award of Mr. Sweeper. Or Mr. Clean. And Oscar, I'm sorry, but dear God, you got stacked down. Smacked up is a better word. Okay, so by the looks of this one, I don't even know who's playing anymore. No, I'm just kidding. It's Dread versus Isaac. This game itself was a bit of a sad way in case of, when you get hurt pretty bad, you probably should stop touching that burning stove. Although when I really think about it, this game was looking pretty good for Dread until we get to certain points in the turn. I mean, seemed pretty back and forth. Things were starting to really go his way. Hax is going his way. Look at that. All those hurricane misses. Goes into Mr. Restless, goes into Nami. I mean, everything was working. Everything was going there and making sense. So what went wrong? Look at all this damage. Elizabeth taking cheeks. But, Ice Punch right here. This is what I'm talking about. When it didn't work here, you should have just switched out and prevented from setting up. I mean, at first, scale shots? Yeah, this game is pretty much looking over. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, you're going to eat this stuff up, but, geez, you couldn't get out of the freeze once? It's just a continuous smackdown where he just gets swept at the end. Everything was going great until the freeze hacks where you couldn't just fight it off. And actually, let's be honest here. At this fun point, you could have switched down to Mega Gardevoir at any moment when he was going for all that. So it's sad that it ends up where hacks does ruin you, but you were too stubborn to switch out. Sad facts. This definitely would have gone and become... And look at this! Mega Gardevoir 8 in this entire game. Sad. Well, GG's, guys. This just hurts to watch. Oh my god, another game where everything is looking so crisp, clean, and beautiful. Oh, this is actually truly might be the best battle that we've had of the week that wasn't voted on. But I'll be brutally honest here. It's just so amazing. Getting to see how both offenses working well. And between two coaches that are just beautifully crafted generals of the game. You have Coach O going in there, not being afraid of anything. Not afraid of Zeraora, not afraid of nothing. He is purely unshakable. And you got May. No matter how much of a corner she's put into, she fights and gets what she needs to get done. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And realistically, I just love what I'm seeing here. All these setups, all these moves, all this offensive turnaround and momentum, all this Thunder Cage until we get to a really specific point. Drain Punch survival, going for the Draco Meteor into Piloswine, getting a quick knockout, Draco Meteor to 2% milk! You lost because of 2% milk, Fat May. I'm sorry. But Oak here is the one with the better cereal. I don't even know why I even said what I said. But hey, this is probably the best battle of the week. Sadly, it had to go in the ways of a roll, but I mean, this week has been pretty insane so far. But still, this is actually my favorite battle this week. Okay, Eevee and Stromful. This is going to be a really fun, simple game where nothing crazy happens. I think that this is probably the best battle itself and how quick it goes. Now, the funny thing is, I wish I was telling the truth here. I wasn't. I'm lying to you. This game was very, very painful. This wasn't even really just a quick sweep on a really good strategy. This was a literal smackdown. I mean, plays were being made early on, just like I thought. Everything was working. And then it just went really, really, really bad. Really, really, really fast. I mean, we're out here thinking that now maybe we're going to get another 6-0 of the week, and it just gets really stupid. Pokemon just start getting knocked out left and right, and then everything's getting weakened and nicely chipped down. Dual Wing Beat Salamences were happening. Heatran was getting work in. It was getting that paycheck. Then Dark Shifu said, you know what? I'm about to clean this plate. And ended up having a 5-0. Eevee got smacked. And this game was just a painful thing to see. 27 turns of pure agony. GG, guys, by the way. Stroff is actually just as dangerous as he was before, where you guys allowed him to draft a team. Where were you guys? When he drafted Darkfu, where were you? I hope I don't make this type of rant later on in the season if Nico wins it all. I'm going to be sick if he does. Alright. What's this? A Nico game? Why in the world does this look so well detailed? I don't know. But yeah. Wait, you're well detailed too. This is literally every game. Jeez, this is already a nutty thing to deal with on its own. And, looking at it, Probopass versus Nico, I hope Nico doesn't win. But, you know how it is with me and Things I want, I never get them. A quick eruption knowing that this thing's scarfed coming up out of nowhere. This gameplay, honestly, I liked it. It was nuts though, where the game was truly going against Scout at every turn. They tried everything, but were getting smacked in every way offensively. Then they got into it. They took the energy and kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting and fighting. It was just so good watching this in a live commentary that you can watch on my channel, by the way. It's a live commentary. It's on PCBL content on the Discord channel for PokeCast, just in case, give that a watch if you want. It's pretty raw. Not only that, it's just completely well-played stuff. I mean, sadly, the only thing I could say that would have been better done is if Scout just played a little bit better with a couple moves and didn't lose Pokemon so quick and instantly. You see, in Eruption, you just switch out. It's just 2 or 3 moves I think that could have went, but they were fighting, and I really thought that they were going to make a massive comeback despite all of this. Just well-played Pokemon on Scout's side near the end, and Nico was really starting to fumble the bag, and sadly, though, it doesn't really end the way it would be expected. It doesn't. It's okay, though. I'm not really so hurt by this. It's just one of those cases of why watching PCBL games are really fun, because these games can never just end on really simple, oh, well, it's a 6-0, it's a 4-0, it's a 5-0. No, these all have a point of character where the score doesn't really signify how good the game was. In a lot of ways, it just seems like it was all working out in the end. But apparently, the true heat of the week is our good old-fashioned Zonk, the Kecleon, where this thing had knockoff, ice punch, drain punch, and freaking trick room to take down the speedsters. Complete absolute genius with expert belt. That's heat of the week to me. So overall, this week was actually pretty wild for a week 1. A lot of games ended in some crazy fashions. I only did 7 battles on the account that basically the battle of the week will have its own form of coverage, but geez, it was nutty. We had a 6-0, we had absolute beatdowns, complete nail-biters, comebacks, and just straightforward, gosh darn, y'all team's trash. So thanks for watching this week 1 season in review. We'll probably have these pedestrian battle reviews and summaries and explanations and my feelings on each game and how it went. Sadly, we'll probably have like a week 4 and just call it the first 4 review in general and talk about how each team has done in the first 4 games. And that's along with a weekly, not with a weekly review. It's just not going to be a weekly review. It'll just be a first 4. So week 4, week 8, week 12 will be all those. First 4, next 4, last 4, all those. And along with the Battle of the Week being its own separate video as well. So thanks for watching and consistently consuming this content. And thank you for your patience and kindness. And I will give you a next battle sometime later next week. See you around.